Good evening, everybody. It is our Friday edition, once again, of the IWC Radio podcast of All in London and WWE's Bash in Berlin. I almost forgot it for some reason. Joining me, as always, Chucks and Will. How you guys doing? Who also were attending All In last week. And
live in London.
Live in London. How was it?
Yeah, pretty good. That's pretty cool to be there.
It was cool to be there. It was a really good show, but I don't know that I got a lot out of it live that I wouldn't have also got just watching from home. You know?
True. Yeah, I know what you mean.
We had a better angle of the ring this year.
Yeah,
there were no pillars in the way or anything like that. Even the ring post wasn't too, we were fairly straight on. But it was far away enough that I was watching the screen over the ring most of the night, so I was getting the same camera angles and whatever that I would have had at home. And as big as the screen obviously would have been up close, I was so far away that it was actually probably smaller than my monitor is now. So in some way I felt like, it's kind of silly to go all that way and spend all that money, but it was a good show.
You know what really annoyed me though about there's the screen that they had above the ring.
Yeah.
They have it on for the match. As soon as the match finished, they turn it off, or they put the logo up, so you couldn't see any aftermath or anything like that.
That's a big thumbs down.
Yeah. Because the two screens
I was the ones at the far ends,
the Wembley
they
screen,
had those on.
Yeah, they had everything.
You could see that was basically the pay-per-view feed, as far as I could tell.
Yeah,
that was the TV feed. But then the ones above the ring, that we had a better angle of, they would turn those off.
Because there's quite a few times where you'd be watching that screen, and you got a better view of what was going on.
Yeah.
Then the match would finish, and it would go off, and you'd have to turn to one of the other screens. It was just seemed a bit of an odd decision. I mean, I get why they did it, because obviously they didn't want the footage on the TV, did they, again, kind of thing. They didn't want to duplicate it. Because you'd be seeing the same thing, wouldn't you, on TV?
It'll be fine
on the screen.
Well, like the replays.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that bad.
No, it wouldn't, but I think that was the reason why they did it.
I wanted that.
Yeah.
Well. But good show. It was a good show.
Have you seen it since? Have you seen the on TV? I haven't.
No, I was going to. I've seen it was actually on ITV4. They gave it to us for free.
It was.
So I've seen that it's been recorded without my knowledge. But no, I haven't done it. Not yet, anyway.
I've seen some clips and stuff, but I've not watched it throughout.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go down that road, but I don't think it was a good enough show to watch again.
Really?
I think one of them. It was better there than it would be. If I watched that at home, I think I might have been a bit disappointed.
I don't know. We will have to consult Smoot about that, I think.
Yeah, I suppose so.
He was a watch from home kind of guy this time around. What did you think?
I remember when I was jotting the notes down, I remember there being a couple times where the camera crew missed like a spot or something, or like an impact of some sort.
It was still an AEW show.
Yeah. So I kind of find it a little bewildering that you're saying that, watching it in the arena didn't have the same chutzpah or gusto or whatever as watching from home.
The problem there is, like, they would miss something because something else was going on at the same time. Because they had, was it about 5 matches with 10 guys in? Like, they did a 10-man tag. They did like a 12-man tag on the pre-show. There was the tag match was a 3-way. The trios match was a 4-way. It's just ridiculous. It was all big matches and stuff. So there's always stuff going on. Even the cameramen didn't know what to look at.
Yeah.
So we had limited views of ringside and whatever. So I kind of just relied on the screen to show me what I should be watching.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So
My only notes
how
from
did
the
it come across
pre-show.
at home? Was it overall a decent show? Or?
Yeah, it was a mixed bag. I didn't like
Yeah.
some of the choices that they made on some of the winners and losers here and there. On the pre-show, I kind of fast-forwarded through both of those multi-man tag matches. I was like, this is absurd. Let's see. I didn't care for Ishii no-selling the Stokely Spinebuster, and that's what cost me a point in the prediction game, which we'll get to in a moment. After that match, it was Martha Hart saying stuff to get Canada and the US booed, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah.
That was the other thing. I don't know about you, I mean, we should probably say we were both sort of sat in similar positions, weren't we? We weren't too far away.
Yeah, not far away at all. A couple of blocks up.
I don't know about what you thought from where you were, but I thought when anyone was talking on a mic, I couldn't understand them.
No, it was really echoey.
There was really loads of echo, and you just couldn't really make out what he was saying at all. I didn't have a clue what Martha Hart said, or Tony Khan just shouted Wembley, I think, something like that.
Yeah, well, that's more or less what. Yeah.
An
Well,
AEW
from
show
what
with
I can
audio
tell-
problems? No way.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly what you would expect. She was awkward, as usual. She's not a public speaker. But yeah, she kept saying things like, Canada is next to the US, those big boos, but we're also part of the Commonwealth.
Yeah.
Yay! Does she think that we love the Commonwealth? Do you think that anyone in that stadium has even considered what the Commonwealth is any time in the last, since the Commonwealth Games? And no one cares. It's not a big deal. Even if you had said, "I really love being here in the UK," we probably would have gone, yeah, that's right, I guess. We're just not that kind of people.
And she said
was
she
a
wished the Owen Hart or the Owen Cup winners good luck in the most blasé way
Yeah,
possible.
big pick on that, yeah.
She also referred to the
sat-
Owen Hart Foundation Owen Cup.
Yeah, bit wordy.
Which it is. I mean, I just didn't know you need two Owens in there.
We were sat in a little sort of international corner where we were. We had a load of French sat next to us.
Oh yeah.
And a couple of Americans that sat behind us. That we'll get into some of the shouts they come out with a bit later on. But...
I had it's mostly English accents. There was one Irish accent, and later in the show he kept shouting something Jimmy something Jimmy, and but it wasn't like a constant chant. It was just every couple of minutes it'd say Jimmy something, and it took a good 10 times before I realized, oh, he's saying Jamie Hayter. It's got nothing. She wasn't even on the thing. Just one of the matches he decided to start saying Jamie Hayter, but in an Irish accent.
Jimmy.
Jimmy Hayter. That's an Irish accent. Irish. Jamie. That's what...
I guess we can get into it here.
That was it. There was a guy that thought he was really funny though. He had a belt.
Comedian.
Yeah, exactly. There was a guy with the AEW belt on his shoulder, and he kept referring to himself as the champ. And he kept going out between most matches to get 4 more pints. He was that guy. He had lots of things to shout all through the night, which was great.
I was quite disappointed I didn't see a fight. There's usually a fight in the crowd. But,
Yeah.
I didn't see one this year. I've seen one last year, so I did a little fight last year, but nothing.
Oh. Yeah, Punk and Tony Khan.
Speaking of the American guy, I think he was about 2 rows behind us, and he really believed his own hype during the MGF match. Because obviously, pretty much the whole stadium was behind Ospreay. But obviously, him being American, he was behind MGF. And boy, did we know it.
Did he leave when he lost?
I don't know if he left, but he went really quiet, so he might have done.
Also, after the Martha Hart announcement here, they announced that Forbidden Door would be in London next year. Do you see anything wrong with this? Well, not wrong per se, but do you see anything that sticks out in this graphic here?
That London's a shithole.
Wow!
Sting.
Damn.
There is that. That's the problem. They've chosen to go to London again. I see Sting's clown face there.
Yeah, that's what caught my eye. Sting being in the graphic, which would, I guess, foreshadow of him being involved in the show a little bit later on.
I don't know why, but that Forbidden Door logo, it's nothing new to that graphic. It always reminds me of the TARDIS from Doctor Who.
Doctor Who, yeah, I'd see it.
Well, I would say that would be UK appropriate, but you just said London's a shithole. But...
Well,
it is. It really is.
You haven't been there, Shrimp.
I've not been there personally. I cannot say one way or the other.
It sucks.
Also, I think you pointed this out last week. Remember when we saw the poster that was leaked? Not Chuck, sorry, you pointed it out. The 5 and 25 is just an upside down 2.
It's an upside down 2.
Oh.
That's a decision they made. Whoever made that font.
You're right. It's an upside down 2 that's backwards.
Yeah?
Well, yeah.
What the
Maybe.
fuck? I'll have to remember that.
I think
if
that's...
I need to...
I don't think that's an AEW issue. I think that's that font, to be fair.
Yeah. Because, like, the Y... Here, if we can go back to that for a sec. The Y looks like a 4.
It does look kind of like
Well, the 4 looks like a Y. As well.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
It looks like a 4. Well, it is a 4. There's no other Ys to compare it to. That's a shame.
Mm.
Let's find that font.
Yeah, because
I think
I don't like the font. You're right.
I think I do have it, actually. I'm sure we had it for the graphics we did for Forbidden Door.
Really?
I
have to see what a Y looks like.
Second upside down 4.
yourselves.
Yeah, so...
What were your
They said
other
London, but we
thoughts?
don't know where in London, do we?
What's that?
They've said London again, but we don't know where in London. They've specifically
Yeah.
not bothered to tell us that, but...
They did say All In 2026 will be Wembley again.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So, any theories as to why 2025 won't be Wembley?
My best guess is they didn't sell as many tickets as they wanted to. There was big time interest for the first one, and it dwindled a little bit for the second one.
Yeah.
And they don't want to risk doing a third one because, that's where the trend is going. So they figured, let's do something else, do something different, not All In, but Forbidden Door. Maybe the New Japan interest will get people more enthusiastic. I actually think it won't, to be honest. But
I think, as well as that, obviously the attendance this year, which they've conveniently not announced, is obviously going to be down on. I think the estimate was around 50,000, which is still pretty good for AEW. But obviously, it's not the 81,000 they got last year.
Yeah.
So maybe doing it in a smaller space next year, but then it's a bit weird. They've already announced that they're going to be doing it again in Wembley the year after. So,
well,
font update.
Uh-oh.
So there's the Forbidden Door graphics. The top one is a 4, and the bottom one is a Y. You're right, it's the same thing.
wow.
We'll put this in the,
So yeah.
You said the top one's a Y?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I don't like that font, you're right. After seeing the
most
two being an upside down backwards 5, it's That's crazy.
Strangely enough, guess what the font's called?
What is it?
August.
Ah,
It's called August.
it's a terrible font.
It is a terrible font.
And bad font name.
But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they do somewhere like the O2 or Wembley Arena, something like that. Maybe
Well,
they could probably do what I've seen other people do and say it's at Wembley Arena, and then still say it's at Wembley.
Is there a Wembley Arena that isn't Wembley Stadium? I think there used to be.
Yeah, the Wembley Arena is right next door to it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Because
So could they? Yeah, could they? How many does that seat?
I think it's just like a standard arena. I think it's about 10, 12,000,
Wembley
something
Arena,
like that.
12 and a half.
So they could do that and then still say they're at Wembley, and then they could say they sold at Wembley.
Oh, that sucked. I mean, that's one of those in the shadow of New York. And then you see it, and it's obviously not the same Wembley.
There was a good picture from that. I think it was a couple of years ago. I think it was the last All In. A few months before, WWE did a house show at Wembley Arena.
Yeah.
And there's a photo from outside where Wembley's all lit up with the AEW colours and the big AEW All In advert.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's just a little tiny WWE logo where they're at Wembley Arena.
well,
It's looks kind of funny. But yeah, I can see them doing that or the O2. The O2 is a bit bigger, isn't it? About 20,000, the O2, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jason Solomon, the Solomonster, had an interesting theory that he had.
Oh.
WWE hasn't announced the location for SummerSlam 2025 yet.
Yeah. This is a theory I've mentioned.
Yeah. And it could very well be that SummerSlam's heading to Wembley. And that's why they somehow beat out AEW. And that's why they would be back in 2026. And Forbidden Door would probably get the London treatment. The London is a shithole treatment, apparently, according to you two.
So then, do you think they changed it from All In to Forbidden Door because they're in a smaller venue and they still want to do a big thing for All In?
Maybe.
I think because they've announced All In for Texas only in the stadium.
Yeah.
So maybe they see All In as their stadium show.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. If it was just that WWE have got Wembley, they could just do All In at the O2. But yeah, that would be a lot smaller. Yeah, maybe you're right. They have mentioned this year, and they didn't last year, but this year they have said a couple of times on TV, the biggest event of the year. Because they've always been quite careful not to say that any one of their pay-per-views is like the big one. They've not had a WrestleMania style, like, this is our big event of the year. And they have this year said, this is the biggest show of the year.
Which is honestly kind of a bad move, I feel. You kind of want people to be hyped for a really big show like a WrestleMania.
Well, maybe they've agreed and they've started doing it for this one.
Yeah.
I kind of agree. It's strange that they would have their big one be the one that they keep doing in the UK, though. Not complaining.
It's true.
Thing is, you're saying about possibility of them doing SummerSlam at Wembley? Obviously, SummerSlam is. They've ever done it not in August, have they? It was outside of August.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're doing the first Royal Rumble outside of January, aren't they?
That's true, yeah.
Change.
I'm just thinking, would they... I mean, I don't think WWE would be too bothered, but AEW might have, because they've announced the Forbidden Door is going to be on the 24th. It's the same bank holiday weekend again, isn't it? So, would they do it so close to SummerSlam? Like I say, I don't think WWE would be bothered, but...
SummerSlam 2022 was on July the 30th.
Alright.
Would they do them both?
Actually, I don't think WWE will be too bothered, but AEW might, because I think it can affect them more than it would WWE.
Yeah, probably.
It'd affect whoever goes second, I guess, wouldn't it?
Yeah. WWE would be cut through like that, I feel, from a business standpoint.
But also, would there be like an exclusivity deal that WWE used to have with Madison Square Garden?
Until they stopped
Tony
running shows,
Khan. Tony Khan last year said that they had a good working relationship with the Wembley guys.
Well, I think that stems from
Maybe not.
the NFL, doesn't it? Because obviously the Jaguars have played there a few times, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
I think there was a story as well a long time ago. Anyway, that the what's her name? She had his dad was looking at buying Wembley.
Would buy,
Obviously,
really?
it never came about, did it? But yeah, it was a story going years ago when the FA needed money, and there was a story that there was a possibility they were looking at selling it. But obviously, it never came about. But
The last
it'd be interesting to see.
the last WWE pay-per-view, for the record, that we held in Madison Square Garden was the 2011 Survivor Series. I believe that was the once-in-a-lifetime between John Cena and The Rock going against Miz and R-Truth.
Oh, but that was the last.
It was, yeah.
Wow, that was a long time ago.
Well, they did. They've done Raw and SmackDown a few months ago, didn't they?
I'm just saying that was the last pay-per-view. They haven't done a pay-per-view show because supposedly it's like way too expensive to run a show in.
Well, that was the story. They didn't do Raw or SmackDown for quite a while, did they? They've only just come back last year.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I
think
yeah, go ahead.
if WWE did decide to do Wembley, I mean, I don't think they'd have any problem selling it out myself. I think that would be.
Oh yeah, with the way that they've been like advertising shows for international audiences and having pay-per-views there. Like, I mean, we're about to talk about Bash in Berlin in a little bit here later in the program. I mean, it's definitely the right move.
Yeah,
should we get into it?
We deserve a stadium show again, I think.
Yes. Should we get into the show now? Officially?
I think we probably should.
Beans did get his predictions in, but they were a little bit late. It was about 3 o'clock my time. Considering he's got a 13-point deficit from second place, I would allow it.
And he didn't mysteriously get a really high score on this one either, so
No.
I think I'll trust him.
Are we sure he wasn't there?
For this one, he just specifically picked Statlander to win.
Yeah. He may have been there. Who knows? If he was, he didn't let us know. So...
Saying that, I didn't know JR was at the commentary desk till I watched it back.
No, someone nearby,
what the fuck you
someone
want?
in my block did mention that he was there. I didn't see it either, and I thought they were just kind of talking about JR to talk about him, but they must have seen something. Must have seen his hand.
They should have given him an entrance.
Yeah. He'd have got a huge reaction too.
You know what?
So I didn't see this first one, the 16-man tag match. 8 aside. This is ridiculous.
I fast forward through it. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't blame you. So this was added. We didn't predict it, but Tommy Billington, the new Dynamite Kid, on Dynamite as well. So that's actually. Kip Sabian, Rocky Romero, Kyle Fletcher, Leo Rush, Action Andretti with Top Flight. That's a big team. Beat Jay Lethal, Satnam Singh, Anthony Ogogo, he's back. Arya Daivari, Private Party, and the Dark Order. In 12 minutes, so that was just a thing that happened. I'm guessing, although I don't know, there were lots of dives to the outside.
Eric, what did you think of it?
Who gives a fuck?
Okay, alright.
That is the problem.
Rock?
The Rock doesn't give a fuck!
Okay, alright. Fair enough.
You think if they had done Dynamite Kid versus Anthony Ogogo just one-on-one and given it, even if it was 5 or 6 minutes, people would have cared a lot more.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And you could have also saved some of those other guys for the Casino Battle Royale later, which was probably my thumbs down of this show.
Oh, wow.
For the record.
Really? Well,
yeah.
I will ask about that because I'm surprised. The second match, which I heard the announcement of the finish as I was getting into the arena, Willow Nightingale and Ishii beat Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway. I don't know why all three of you thought Stokely Hathaway was going to beat Ishii. I don't get it.
Look.
Help me out.
Look, I'm just saying he had a shot. Statlander's been kind of, well, I guess not lately now, but she had a mean streak and has been like, you know, trying to be a badass here, and I was kind of hoping she would have won. Like I said, Ishii no-sold the spine buster from Stokely, and then there you go, it cost me a point.
Stokely he's a joke.
Stoke is a joke.
Stoke is a joke. So I don't know what you were thinking, but I'm glad you thought it. So I get a point there for Willow and Ishii.
Yeah.
And Willow now gets to choose the stipulation of the all-out match. So I don't think she's announced yet. I don't know if anyone really cares anyway, to be honest. Chicago Street Fight. Right.
Oh.
Good one, Willow.
Who gives a fuck?
I agree, Eric.
Exactly. So we saw a 16-man tag earlier. Now we have a 10-man tag, which is totally different. The Von Erichs, Sammy Guevara and Dustin Rhodes, new tag champs, and The Wrestler, Katsuyori Shibata, which I think might be the best nickname that there's ever been.
I also fast-forwarded through this one.
The Wrestler. Undisputed Kingdom of Cage of Agony. When Cage of Agony came out, it said Cage of Agony on the big screen. Someone in my block went, who? Which is fair.
Nice.
And I think they must have seen, I don't know which one it was, which cage it was, but they said, Tamatonga. No, it's not. This one had lots of dives in. Dustin Rhodes even teased that he was going to do a dive. And, Sammy Guevara did some dives, and others did some dives. There was dives to the outside. Yeah, if you like dives, it's good. Other than that, only noteworthy because both Sammy Guevara and Brian Cage were dressed as Wolverine.
What was that all about,
I guess they saw Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah, they both wanted to be yellow and blue.
Nobody got that memo, did they?
Neither one of them wanted to be Deadpool, so they're just like, alright, let's both be Wolverine then.
Don't they talk about it a little bit beforehand? Like, I'm going to be Wolverine tonight. Oh, no, I want to be Wolverine tonight. Yeah, you can both be Wolverine on different teams.
They both agreed to be Wolverine. Yeah, there you go.
They both agreed to be Wolverine, but then didn't mention anything about it. They didn't like do a Spider-Man pointing meme or anything.
That would have been fun.
Unless the commentary, maybe they did. Let's see.
Like I said, I fast forwarded through it, so I'm like, all right, I'm not vibing with this.
Then my thumbs down early on was gonna be, because it's the pre-show, they had the little countdown clock in the corner of the screen and it said 9 minutes. And there was entrances, so Combat Club and Pac and Patriarchy, and people were coming out. And I thought, there's no way they're going to squeeze this match into 6 minutes or something on this pre-show. It's just, And also, we know that that's what they're going to do. It's a ton of people all coming out, and they're going to rush it because it has to finish before the. Oh no! It was 9 minutes of entrances.
Yeah.
They were just getting the entrances out of the way on the pre-show, ready for the four-way London ladder match for the Trios Championship.
You could tell that because Christian was last out, wasn't he?
Yeah, a patriarchy.
They were obviously waiting for the pay-per-view to start because his music must have played for a good 5 minutes.
Yeah,
over and over and over again.
This right here, Chuck.
Stop.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. That it was gonna be that they were squeezing the match into no time and letting us know that it was gonna end in that no time, but that didn't happen. So they avoided getting the wrath of my thumb on that one.
Oh, so I'll just get rid of it.
Yeah, get rid of it.
Right,
9 minutes of entrances on the pre-show isn't good, but I don't think it's bad enough to get a thumb.
I didn't like the way they did the start. There was no sort of. I'm gonna say it because it makes sense, but there was no pyro on Ballyhoo. It was just there's some dudes in the ring. Let's get on with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that works sometimes, but for your biggest show of the year, no, you want to have a big pyro on Ballyhoo. Yeah.
I agree.
Well, you guys are also forgetting that Saraya was upset that she wasn't booked on the show.
Yeah.
So she brings out her entire family that Jamie Hayter just beats the shit out of.
Yeah. That also happened. She complained that she had gone from being in the women's title match last year to not even being booked this year.
Yeah, take it up with Tony Khan.
She said she's the best women's wrestler ever to come from England or the UK or something, and then said she's not here. Like someone in the audience said something, and she said she's not here. So I don't know who it was that she shouted out.
Someone behind me shouted Becky Lynch.
She's not here.
Right. She's Irish, dumbass. I thought it must have been Becky as well, but
I'm from Ireland, you idiot.
Who else could it have been? What other English women's wrestlers have there been?
You got me.
I couldn't come up with any.
No.
Maybe it was Jamie Hayter. Maybe it's Jamie Hayter. She's not here, and then she was.
She come out dressed as Becky Lynch anyway.
Yeah, true. And she, like I said, she ran
I did see someone say that this is what happens when you want a Becky Lynch off Temu.
So she's back. She's been out for over a year now, right?
Is that long ago?
I think so. Been a long time, but she's back now and doesn't like Saraya.
No.
So we get to the first match of the main show here. The four-way London ladder match, which also featured tables and chairs. So that was nice. It starts off with Christian running away.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing. Oh, ladder match is going to take at least 20 minutes, so yeah, just go, get out of there for a while. Not needed the whole time. Stuff happened. There were more dives to the outside. Hack did a nice twisty one. Stuff happened. It's all pretty good. Some people went
I still want to know what made it a London ladder match.
I love.
It was in the shadows of London.
I mean, it was in London. Yeah.
It was in London. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Anyway,
yeah, good enough myself. I enjoyed it.
This is when I was watching it Sunday night, I believe, and I just simply put me when I've avoided the all-in spoilers all day, and then when I Google the link for the 0-hour pre-show to kick off my night of watching All In Fresh, I immediately get spoiled as to who wins the main event as a related search. It's just Pac looking at the camera menacingly there. Yeah, that happened. I was like, oh, okay, so that happened. I guess I have to watch the show now, and with that in mind.
Yeah.
My notes were, early on, Malachi hits a moonsault to Claudio and Juice Robinson. Tope from Wheeler Yuta, where Claudio basically no-sells by not falling. Pac with the twisty corkscrew moonsault / black arrow that Nigel says the man gravity forgot, which was a nice callback.
Yep.
The Guns.
Did they say that? Though?
Yeah. The Guns then do a wazab headbutt. Brody King clears the ring, and it's an awkward shot from the hard cam of the titles just being suspended in air, which is when I think Christian came back after he ran off. Here we go. Christian took a powder at the start of the match, returns to try to win the titles to no avail. Sets up for Mother Wayne going for the titles with someone having a "Careful now" crowd sign in the background there.
Yeah, that wasn't good. I noticed just from the screens in the stadium when not much you could really do about it, but when they zoomed in on the belts, all you could see was empty seats.
Yeah, it was like it was kind of wild seeing how many empty seats there were from the start of the show.
Yeah, they do call Wembley the Etihad of the South. So.
Yeah.
Nick Wayne hits a cutter on Brody King through a table on the outside. Wayne gets most of the table and looks like he had a bandaged shoulder for some reason. Guns load the ring with tables which look very different from the US and Japan. Ref awkwardly removes shards of it from the ring. Rick Knox in particular struggling.
I didn't notice this at first, but someone next to me said that them tables look weird.
Yeah, they looked all plasticky.
They really did. Someone in my block said they look like they're from IKEA. They don't at all, but I know what you mean.
Then Nick Wayne does a Tope Canadian Destroyer on Malachi Black through a table where, again, Nick takes the brunt of the table shot than his opponent. This is what I said on Twitter. Me, when I have to see Nick Wayne do two moves through a table where both instances he takes the brunt of the table shot than his opponent.
Pac was your spirit animal that night.
He really was. Juice Robinson gets an extra tall ladder that Christian tips over with Juice goozling his rock hard taint on the top rope really badly.
Yeah.
Christian hits an unprettier on Pac onto the folding chair that was open and all that, where it completely misses from what I saw, which is where that screenshot came from.
Yeah, it looked like it missed to us as well, but I kind of gave him the benefit of the doubt, thought maybe it's just my angle, it didn't look quite right.
Nick Wayne's mom introduces hairspray that gets maced into Wheeler Yuta's face. That gets a pop from me. Juice, who is somehow still alive in this, reverbs a chair with Christian and blocks the hairspray. Tries to put Mama Wayne through a table, only to be stopped by Luchasaurus. Juice bounces off said table, which might have been from IKEA, who knows. And then Pac, who carried the BCC in this match, ends up winning the titles. Now, an interesting thing to note was that Claudio, after the match was over, he had some sort of gash on his noggin here. Which, to my knowledge, when I was watching through, he wasn't really involved that much.
No, he did a big swing, and it turns out people in the UK can't count either.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
They got up to about 15. I counted 11 or 12, I think. People just count numbers.
They're
they just
counting
count
the
up and up and up. It's not,
yeah.
When he gets a full rotation. Oh well.
Yeah.
There's a guy behind me when the Bang Bang Gang came out, and he clearly, I'm guessing he was just there because maybe his mate was there or something. He didn't know much about AEW anyway. And when they come out, his first thing would say was, "Does that say Gang Bang Gang?"
Yeah, I know. It's one of those things you have to awkwardly explain to someone. Yeah, I know it doesn't. No, it's not
I just simply said, I don't entirely hate this. I'm glad they got the trios off the patriarchy. However, it should have gone to House of Black. Pac carrying the BCC, so I'm guessing there's some sort of long-term storytelling going on here. I just hate that Moxley isn't here instead of goddamn Wheeler Yuta. And thus, Beans gets a point, somehow.
That's true. He had the BCC and Pac winning. We probably all should have gone that way with Pac being there. I thought that being such an awkward team, he can't possibly win.
Yeah.
Because now what do you do?
Right.
You've got a group who have been a group forever, and just a guy who has actually been a part of another group, another three-man group. So that's really awkward. Why are they a team?
Yeah.
Well. Guess that's what happens when the Lucha Bros are out.
Yeah. And then next up was the AEW Women's title with Toni Storm and Mariah May.
Yeah, so was this Toni Storm had the carriage, right?
No, Mercedes
or
had
was
the
that
carriage.
later on?
That was later on. Mercedes had the
Mercedes had the carriage, right? Because that
It
carriage
was
was
there
at the
all
side
night,
of the
wasn't it?
stage the whole time.
Oh yeah, it really was, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then she did an entrance in it, and it only gone 15 feet or something. It just like wheeled over a little bit on the stage. What the hell? Can you hide
I
it?
don't know if you picked up on the little video they played before Tony came out.
Yeah, I didn't get that. I even made a note of it.
It was yeah, you probably wouldn't have got it really. It was a picture of her outside the old Wembley.
Yeah. From
Oh
19...
yeah,
from
that said she was there in
1920
1924. Yeah.
something. But what really ruined it was right just before they played that, they had that spider cam, didn't they, that was going around, they used for the football. But they used that, and that's zoomed in on a section of the crowd where there was nobody sitting there. There was like one guy sitting in about 10 seats all empty around him. So I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, I thought the actual thing itself was quite cool. How they used the old Wembley in it.
I got a few laughs. It said 1924 on it.
yeah, go ahead.
So this was the better of the two women's matches.
I disagree.
Oh, definitely.
Quite a long way.
Well...
Really? You disagree?
Slightly. Slightly disagree.
Allowed, don't get me wrong. No, I'm with Chuck. This was definitely the better of the two. I mean, we'll get onto the other one later, but there was, that was terrible as far as I'm concerned.
I did, however, have my toilet break during this one because I was pretty confident that Mariah was winning, and I got back just in time to hear that she had. So I don't know exactly how the finish went, but
you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. So Mariah May comes out and has a drawn graphic of her in her Tonytron that you see over here. Super weird vibes, showing her mom watching on from the crowd afterwards. Like, oh yeah, she's possibly a murderer, maybe a vampire. Oh, here's her mother, by the way, watching on. Yeah, there she is. Big fan of...
That was, okay. She went over to her in the middle of the match and I thought, should I know
slapped
who
her.
that is?
Yeah.
Didn't she slap her? Yeah. Sorry.
Big fan of a glampire Mariah May, but I'm not sure how that blood on that shoe hasn't oxidized after months. It's still bright red, yeah. Also super weird to have her mom watching on from this match against Toni Storm, all things considered. So, yeah, so that's who that was. Toni Storm comes out to some old-timey digital photos where she claims she was at Wembley in 1924. Wembley chanting for something. Nigel says they're certainly behind the whore you adore, the slut you can't rebut, the something you love to hunt.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I was like, whoa.
The runt of the litter.
Yeah. Midway through, Mariah goes to the outside and kisses Nigel, drop kicks Luther, and then slaps her own mother. Tony clobbers Mariah with the Storm Zero on the steel steps, and then caresses Mariah's mom with her bosom. Both ladies hitting each other with hip attacks. Tony hits hers, followed by another Storm Zero, two count there. Both ladies then eventually hit each other with low blows. Not sure if it's illegal in women's matches. And then both go down to a double headbutt. Match ends because Tony Storm struggles to use the shoe. Mariah takes advantage with a couple of kicks, a Storm Zero of her own, and becomes the new women's champion. Yeah, for me it was the excess pile driver, and then the fact that the heel using the face's own maneuver, because once again here's a face character conflicted with the choices of should I do the evil thing or not, and it ends up costing him in the long run. That's why I was like, I kind of disagree, because the storytelling in the storytelling was kind of bad in this one. Not saying that the other match was any better, but at least the story in the Britt Mercedes match wasn't muddled by stupid shit.
That is another one of AEW's problems, when they have a story and just 2 or even 3 feuds have the same things going on at the same time. They have done that.
I also pointed out that Mariah's attire looks like something that was from the Lingerie Football League, which is also now known as the X League. For the record.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought they just scrapped it, the lingerie football. That was the Super Bowl, right?
Maybe, I don't know. Possibly.
The lingerie bowl, I think.
Well, jumping slightly ahead, I know the gauntlet match is coming up, but that kiss from Mariah revived Nigel's career.
Yeah!
That's what he's been needing this whole time.
Yeah.
His mystery injury all those years ago couldn't get cleared for some reason.
All right.
Yeah, so Mariah wins. That's a point for me and a point for Will. I think it's time. Tony's been a good champion and everything, but time for a change.
Yeah, that's why you have her. The thing, this was also probably a thumbs down. Probably, you know what? Here, hold on. Let's go over here for a sec.
He's doing it.
Let's go over here for a sec. Hold on. Here, thumbs down for me. AEW's storytelling is the drizzling shits. I don't understand how you go from, okay, well, Jamie Hayter's here, she's beating up Soraya's family. Okay, that's nice. And then after Mariah won the title, they highlight that Tony Storm was the one that, won the title off of Jamie Hayter from like 2022 or whatever, when she was a part of the Outcasts. And then you don't have like an ensuing rematch for said title so that Jamie has a chance to win it off of her coming back from injury. Like that, and the constant, here's a face character being conflicted of, morality. I'm so tired of that trope. I really am.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Like, it's a thumbs down for me. Just a brief aside here.
I think that's fair. I'll go along with that. So Mariah wins. Next up was Chris Jericho doing his song.
Yeah, I fast forwarded to that.
God.
This is one of the things. For how long? I don't know, a couple of weeks maybe. One of the things my wife remembers most from last year was Jericho doing his song.
Right.
And she's been asking, will he be doing his song again? And I said, well, he doesn't use that song anymore, so probably not. And I was pretty confident about that, because the new song doesn't even have any words. So, how can you perform a song?
It's basically, I am the learning tree.
He's the learning tree. Hi, guys. And he gave his song words. So now he wrapped his way down to the ring, paused in the middle to say hi, guys, again, which is funny. And I guess Learning Tree now has lyrics. Can't
There you
stop
go.
Jericho from doing the Fozzy thing.
No, you just have to stop Jericho.
No.
There you go.
Can't stop Jericho. There's
Yeah,
no
unfortunately.
stopping that guy.
So, side issue. We didn't mention beforehand, but there was absolutely zero phone signal at Wembley.
Yeah. No
Um,
phone
and
signal,
there was
no Wi-Fi.
No Wi-Fi. In a stadium sponsored by EE, which is a mobile phone.
That's kind of
communications
funny.
company.
It's supposed to be a really good one too.
Yeah. There was nothing, but in the brief 4 seconds I did get some signal. I managed to get onto. I was trying to get onto to Twitter to send you a message, Chuck, but it wasn't having it.
Yeah.
And then I did actually update my timeline in the process, and I saw that tweet. If you can throw that up, sure. Because apparently that was happening as Jericho was coming out.
Oh wow.
Genuine photo of the line for the toilets for Jericho's entrance. That's great. It doubled in size in the time I've been standing in it. That's hilarious. Jericho's not a draw anymore. I hate
No.
to be the bearer of bad news. But
I do. I'm kind of with the guy I was with, and you said the same, Chuck. People just don't seem to get the character. You know, people seem to hate on it. I think he's playing it really well.
I love it.
Yeah.
I know I shouldn't. I'm kind of sick of Jericho in general. I don't think he needs to be there. But this works.
It does.
my notes were fast forwarding Jericho singing his own entrance theme. Match starts and it's immediately a handicap match just because of FTW rules. Jericho has a set of cricket balls in his bag of gimmicks despite pulling out a kendo stick and a snooker cue. Big Bill is a UK favorite for some reason who pulls out a table and Brian Keith gets a board full of barbed wire which looks even dinkier than usual.
What was that about? Why do we like Big Bill?
I don't know.
No. Kind of really love Big Bill and hated Hook for some reason.
Hook gets blinded in his one good eye where Hook is swinging air punches, whiffing hard. Jericho waffles him with the smoothest looking trash can I've seen in wrestling. Which I don't know if I have.
You don't have the
Oh,
bridges.
I don't have the shot of it. Yeah. It's at this point I question why nobody's helping out Hook to regain the title. After the
Okay, so this I was convinced here that we would be seeing Samoa Joe.
Yeah, you even said it last week.
Yeah.
I said it last week.
Yeah.
I was 100. I would have put a lot of money on that. Obviously,
You-
Samoa
you
Joe's
would've
going to come
lost
out.
a lot of
Even
money.
the odds,
Yeah.
obviously. But
There's
he
a
did.
guy behind me that kept shouting, "Where's Joe?"
Yeah,
But
I don't know
is
where
he
he
even
is.
there?
Probably not. I guess that forklift through the wall was much more brutal than we thought.
Yeah, it sent him back
What's
to
it out
Twisted
now?
Metal.
Done. Jericho got those cricket balls out, poured them all over the ring, but then they did a spot. Hook suplexed him into them or something and missed them all.
Yeah.
It's probably for the best because those balls are really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then Hook
Speaking
gets
of-
out the cricket bat that says "Hi guys." Obviously, that must have been Jericho's bat, but he didn't get it out. I don't know why.
Nobody knows the rules to cricket, but I'm pretty sure they're saying it.
I've never seen that. I don't watch a lot of cricket,
No.
but I think
I
that
don't
may
myself.
have caught my attention.
Yeah.
The barbed
go
wire
ahead.
board already had blood on it, and it looked kind of like old Bad Apple when he got the board out, showed it, and then flipped it around as if to hide it.
Huh.
But it never really came into play. Why has it got blood on it?
I don't know. It does look. It had like a reddish tinge here for some reason. It could
Yeah,
just be the shadowing.
that's what I mean.
I guess. I don't know.
I thought maybe
Someone-
it was they were like putting it on the other side so that someone could bump into it and then they'd flip it over as if to make it look
Yeah.
like it was real.
Why is it gotta be like this? It's so dinky looking. I hate this.
Look at the table. The table's even worse.
Yeah, like
The whole thing.
the whole getup, man.
reminds me of man. So back in the day, Will, did you ever go to house shows? Kind of 2005, maybe before 2010.
Don't think so.
Oh, you will have seen the Insurrection and Rebellion's pay-per-views though.
Oh yeah.
Because they always looked really low budget.
Yeah.
They looked like they were. They just didn't want to carry over all of the big Tron and stuff.
Yeah.
They just put up the shitty metal guardrails and everything looked really small time. But then they changed. They went to HD and then they started bringing over the big sets, and now it looks like any other show, even though it's all the way over here, and that's good. This reminds me of back in those days. Like, why do our tables look different? Why couldn't you just fly over some of the proper tables?
Yeah.
Surely we've got furniture that looks better than that.
After the trash can hit. Oh, sorry.
There's an IKEA round the corner from Wembley.
The
And their
tables look
furniture collapses if you jump on it. It
Yeah,
really does.
The tables look so plasticky, especially from that ladder match, and the referees are trying to get the debris out. It looked like they were really struggling, and just, I don't know. I agree with Chucks. It just looks bad.
Pro wrestling tables look a certain way, and that ain't it.
Agreed.
That's the problem with New Japan, by the way. I don't know if you've seen the New Japan tables. They're really narrow.
Yeah, and they don't break half the time.
They don't break. Yeah, they're solid. They're actual tables.
After the trash
The guy
can
behind
hit...
me was after the sorry, so much Samoa Joe. Then the guy behind me, it was. I don't know if you noticed, it looked a bit gloomy at one point. It looked like it might be about to rain.
Yeah.
Really?
It did the day before on the drive up. It was pouring.
Did it?
Wow.
Well, the guy behind me said, "If Joe is here, he better have brought his poncho."
All right, that's pretty good.
That's good.
After the trash can hit, Hook ducks the Judas elbow and nails Jericho with another T-bone suplex, and then revealing he could see the entire time, making me question why he was swinging wildly moments before.
Agreed. That was bad.
Hook gets Jericho in a sleeper, but Big Bill gets Hook goozled in the ropes. Jericho, with the pole cue, aims for Hook, but wallops Big Bill instead, which apparently sends him through the barbed wire table spot that the camera crew misses entirely. Brian Keith kiboshes Hook with Martha Hart's belt buckle that Tony Schiavone somehow knew, which only gets a 2 count. Jericho goes for the kendo stick. Taz puts Brian Keith in the Taz mission on the outside that UK apparently erupts for. Hook cinches in the Red Rum in the ring to regain the FTW championship, and then rips up the bumper sticker, the Learning Tree bumper sticker on the ramp.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool to see Taz back.
Yeah.
Did you pick up on the beeping?
The beeping? Yeah. Yeah.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah, that got a big reaction too. That was very cool. Hopefully they'll keep that. Anything else from this one? New champion again. Lots of titles changing hands. Hook beats Jericho. We all get a point. That's good. I feel like there's something I'm missing here. Just the eye thing, I think. That's one of the things that annoys me most in wrestling in general is when someone makes a big return and they wear a mask, hit someone with something, and then take the mask off.
Yeah.
What's the mask for? Why have you put a mask on?
It's Sting with a Sting mask.
It's Sting with a Sting. Well, okay, if you're Sting with a Sting mask and you're sat at ringside and you're pretending to be a fan so that the guy will get close to you thinking that it's safe, I get that. But if you're then going to jump the rail, you don't need a mask. You're the guy. Just be the guy. If you're Hook and your eye is okay, why would you pretend it's not okay? You're not getting any kind of advantage from, I have a second eye.
I can see the
help
entire
you?
time. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're just handicapping yourself for the first half of the match for no good reason.
Yeah.
And it's not even a big. It's not like we all go, oh, thank God, I was so worried about his other eye. whew, what a big pop for Hook's eye. And I'm going to have to rant about it later on when someone comes back and has a mask on and then takes it off. Why? Why? You don't... You're Daniel Garcia. Just be Daniel Garcia. Anyway.
Tag Team Championship. The 3-way.
Tag Team Championship. FTR. Oh, actually, I think it was for Hook's entrance. There was a couple of entrances, but Hook was one of them. There's my tweet. One of the very few that actually went through. This camera guy was on the floor for
I got a picture of him, yeah. I didn't know what it was at first. I was just some dude on the floor. Yeah, I got the check in the picture, yeah.
So
Yeah.
he was getting right down there.
It looks like he's not wearing any shoes, which makes that even weirder.
He was there for ages as well. He spent,
Yeah, because like
a long time.
They wanted some part of like the major Tonytron while they're coming up and making him look grander, I guess. I don't know.
Well, Hook's really tiny, so yeah, okay, you go on the floor to make him look like he's not 5 foot. Someone else got it, and I'm not sure who it was. Maybe it was one before.
Was it one of the women? Because I seem to remember
Storm, maybe, yeah.
Seem to remember someone sort of standing over him.
Yeah, it might have been, because it was one match and then the next, and Hook definitely was one of them, so it might have been Mariah. Anyway, that guy on the floor. So, Young Bucks, FTR, the Acclaimed have arrived. What did we all say? I had the Acclaimed, Smoot had FTR, Will gets the points for the Young Bucks. Beans also had the
I almost picked the Young Bucks for this match, for the record, and Chuck's talked me out of it. He's like, no, go for the... Go for FTR, since we're all picking something different. I was like, okay.
You don't have to listen to me.
I know, but...
You have to.
I didn't, again with the microphone, I didn't understand what he said in his rap.
Yeah.
No.
So here's my notes from this one. It's relatively short. FTR comes out first. Cash bumps into a cameraman that was behind him accidentally, and then the Bucks come out like they're the Beatles. Acclaim's opening rap isn't that audible to the home audience, as it sounded like it was through the house only. And if you guys couldn't hear it, then I damn sure couldn't hear it.
Well, the problem with his raps,
it was just too echoey.
Yeah.
It happens with all of the shows. You notice that his first line gets a big reaction, but people are going, during the second line, so no one reacts to the second line. And then they might react to the third because they can hear it again, but then the fourth gets drowned out, which is why the fourth is always, everyone loves the Acclaimed. Acclaimed rap all in 2024. Let's see if I can find
Okay, well, you're looking for that. Billy Gunn says...
I've just said for Acclaimed rap 2024, all in 2024. 7 best rap albums. This is the best rap album of 2024. The best rap verses of 2024. Oops.
Billy Gunn says something to Taz at ringside, to which Taz says, "You never beat me, Billy Gunn." Taz also says that he's big, he's scissors, and he's daddy ass. Match starts, and Acclaimed and FTR work on the Bucks a bit, and then dump them out of the ring, then shortly return to intervene in another Wazab leg drop, which Excalibur claims is vintage Young Bucks before a small CM Punk chant breaks out. FTR has a pin on Matt Jackson. Nick Jackson presumably pulls Rick Knox out because once again the camera crew misses the spot of it. Max Caster part of an EVP trigger and a shatter machine moments apart from one another. Nicholas Jackson gets the tag belts. Rick Knox confiscates one of the tag belts while Matt Jackson tries to use the other behind the ref's back. It's a triple threat. Why is the ref getting involved if it's no DQ by default? EVP trigger on Dax shortly after the tag belt nonsense to retain the championship. Arguably one of the worst matches of the night. Grizzled Young Vets after the match stink eye the Young Bucks and then attack FTR.
I felt a bit sorry for them. They got absolutely no reaction. No one knew who they were.
No one knew who they were.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it was. The guy sat next to me was like, "That's Chris Young person." Oh yeah,
yeah, someone got a GYV chant started. Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. They've been rumored for a while. Yeah, makes sense, I suppose.
Casino Gauntlet match.
Well, so the Acclaimed rap.
Okay.
So I couldn't get the words exactly, but the first line was saying that FTR looks like members of the EDL. The English Defence League are not such nice guys. Pretty bad reputation, I think it's fair to say. But yeah, one of them is a skinhead, so I'm sure. Kind of. The second line is hard to hear, but it's something about Bret Hart, so it might be that FTR were wearing black and pink, were they?
Yeah.
So it might have been something about that. I couldn't hear exactly. And then the third one was about the Young Bucks pumping their penises.
Yeah.
Because they pump up the shoes, they got the Reebok pumps, so they need to pump their penises. Apparently, that was a good line, probably. And then in the UK, everyone obviously claimed, which yeah, it's probably true. So what was it? Points just for Will, yeah. Then the Casino Gauntlet match, which
arguably this is probably the worst match of the night for me.
I didn't mind. I like a rumble.
Yeah,
They didn't explain what this was though, unless I missed it. Maybe they did it on Rampage.
It was
They didn't explain what this is. First off, they called it a gauntlet.
Right.
Now, a gauntlet is when you have like a winner stays on rule. Two guys, one of them gets pinned, and then someone new comes in, and you keep going until everyone's.
Yeah. WWE used to kind of do that back in the day.
That's what a gauntlet is. Kofi Kingston won one to get the Kofi Mania title match.
Right.
That's how you do that. This wasn't a gauntlet. This was a Royal Rumble. Where
whoever gets pinned ends it.
Someone would come in.
Yeah.
And just make it a big battle royal. And they didn't say how many people
21.
were in it.
Excalibur on commentary said it was 21 people. But they didn't know, they supposedly didn't know who it was. They didn't know the entrance.
Could end before all 21 are out.
Right. Which,
okay.
So stupid.
It's like the opposite of the War Games match, where the first, 40 minutes or whatever, are just completely pointless, because the match doesn't start until they're all out.
Yeah.
So we knew that Orange Cassidy would be first. And he did a Mr. Bean video before.
I wasn't sure what that was all about.
Nobody around me seemed to understand that, but I got onto it.
Yeah, I got it.
I think it was definitely
people
a
around me
British
got it.
thing,
I think we must have been of a certain age.
Maybe.
Um,
I didn't really take many notes. I just noted who the entrants were.
I did like his pyro.
Yeah, the one little
his
sparkler.
pyro's great. Just the one.
I know he's done that before, but then they had the one firework as well going from the roof.
That was great.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, it's great.
He entered first
So
with the reference to Mr. Bean that he explained. Okada was number 2. That's who Beans picked for the record.
Beans picked number 2, yeah. Which is not bad, not bad. If it is a Royal Rumble, number 2 does win sometimes. So
And
I get his thinking.
Okada, if I'm
Will,
not
you
mistaken,
had Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
Beans had Okada.
I had Hangman, which...
You had Hangman. I had Ricochet. So kind of hoping that he would show up.
He did.
Number 3 was one of the pops of the night.
Nigel McGuinness, yeah.
Nigel McGuinness. Which we did talk about last week as a possibility, but I don't know if any of us really believed it. He actually looked great.
Yeah.
Did.
Him versus Danielson has to happen.
It does have to happen, for sure.
Yeah.
So.
When did he... He must have retired 15 years ago. Or close to, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, he got
Time in
Yeah.
2011. Yeah. 13 years. That's crazy. He's, not obviously not the wrestler he used to be 20 years ago, but he moved incredibly well for someone who hasn't wrestled for a decade.
Oh yeah.
Still look great. He obviously can still go, surprisingly. And it's great. Everyone was really happy to see him.
Kyle O'Reilly was number 4.
Kyle O'Reilly.
Taz on commentary said, "Wait, I just realized. Does this mean I have to work Saturdays now? What the hell is going on here, Shivani?" Zack Sabre Jr. was number 5. Roddy Strong
That's
was number
another
6.
surprise. Zack Sabre Jr., fresh off his G1 win.
Yeah, I believe they mentioned that as well.
Yeah.
You know what really annoyed me about this? It's only a very small, picky thing. The countdown. It didn't seem long enough to build any sort of anticipation.
No. So there was... I don't know if they said it was 2 minutes or 90 seconds or something, but it was completely random when it would happen.
But it wasn't even that.
And
I
it
mean,
was
they do that in the
4
Rumble, don't
seconds.
they? You just make it up. But yeah. The actual countdown you see on the clock, on the screen, it should be 10 seconds. It gives you time to build it up. But...
It popped up with 4 seconds to go.
Exactly.
It was really rushed.
There just needs to be a dedicated clock in pro wrestling. I'm sorry, I've been arguing this for years.
That's so real sports. It would be really nice if they could time it out for that to work.
Yes, they should.
But they do it by spot. A guy comes out and he does what he needs to do, and then everyone falls down, and then they put the clock on. It would be nice if it worked out exactly 2 minutes. But
time it like a shoot.
Time is a shoot. Roderick Strong,
number 6.
Mark Briscoe,
number 7.
Adam Page came
number
out.
8.
And his music's still too new for me.
Yeah, I'm not
He's
really.
changed his music,
Not a
and
fan of it.
his Tony Tron video starts up, and I think is that Jeff? It's not Jeff Jarrett. Is that
The
Dustin
Last
Rhodes
Outlaw
again? Is it? Yeah, because we had a little list of the entries, and Evil Uno was on there. He didn't come out, and I'm pretty sure Sammy Guevara and Dustin Rhodes were on it. So I'm thinking, oh, okay, it's Dustin. Oh no, it's not. It's the other horse guy. So, yeah, that's like WWE's Rumbles these days. You don't actually know who anyone is. Music's too new.
Ricochet was number 9.
Did you notice?
Jeff Jarrett.
The screen, the stage screen, whatever you want to call it, kept messing up with the graphics and stuff. I noticed a few times, especially during this match, where someone would come out and the you could see the name, but it wasn't positioned properly. So
I thought that was just our angle.
No, I noticed it a few times. It was don't know what it was like. Best way to describe it, being an IT guy, it's like the resolution wasn't set right on the screen.
God.
I figured it was like maybe it was curved and I couldn't see the whole thing. But yeah,
it might have been something to do with that. But I think, especially during Christian entrance, I noticed it big time because it just didn't look right.
Ricochet was number 9. Christian was number 10, and then Luchasaurus was number 11.
Well, yeah, right. So Ricochet was another big surprise. Everyone was very happy to see Ricochet. He did some Ricochet things. Christian came out. Everyone's very confused. Why is he pulling double duty? And then it's Luchasaurus, not Killswitch, but Luchasaurus.
Yeah, who everybody
thinking,
thought was a solo act. Yeah.
After all this time of teasing, like finally he's going to turn on Christian. Here it comes, and we didn't even see it happen. But okay, fine, I'll take it. And then he didn't.
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah, and then he had to help Christian beat up Kyle O'Reilly, and that's how the match ends.
Yeah.
11 people of the supposed 21 entrants. Yeah, that ending was terrible. That was a wet fart of the night.
Well, I was happy to see Okada, Nigel, Zack Sabre, Ricochet, all good surprises. So I got what I wanted out of it. But yeah, that finish was terrible. Why was he Luchasaurus just for the entrance?
To make everybody
Yeah,
think,
make
oh, he's
sense.
on his own now.
But this is the same thing as I'm saying with the mask or the fake eye injury.
Yeah.
Why do you need to fool anyone? What advantage did you gain from being Luchasaurus?
I'm just gonna oops. I'm just gonna tie up my box down here.
Fake outs. That's my thumbs down of the week.
Unnecessary fake outs.
You're not. You don't get any benefit from being Luchasaurus just for an entrance. You're just gonna turn on the guy. It's stupid. And yeah, now Christian is your #1 contender. Which, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure they announced was Money in the Bank style. So Christian can cash in at any time.
I believe so, yeah.
Right. God damn it. Should have been Nigel.
Yeah.
Should.
Yeah. Their storytelling is the shits, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, like...
No
Anyway.
points for anyone there.
Yeah, nobody gets anything.
No one gets anything. Next up, one of the bigger matches of the night. Will Ospreay finally gets his revenge over MJF. He hit the move. Skip it to the end, but he did it.
Well, this one started off with a bunch of people posing as ninjas doing breakdancing for Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
That comes out on November 15th. Oh, let me go back here. Like, the camera goes up onto the stage when he comes out, and it just gets a shot of this awkward sign
Like
holder.
Jack Perry.
Yeah, it really does.
Jack Perry, yeah.
It's just felt like we were seeing something we weren't supposed to see here. Assassin's Creed ninjas escort Will to the ring. This officially marks the halfway portion of the show. MJF comes to the
What
ring.
about you, Chucks? Sorry, Smith. What about you, Chucks? I didn't know that was anything to do with Assassin's Creed being when we were there.
It took a while. Because they played a video of Will Ospreay spliced in with some obviously video game footage.
Right.
Then pick up on
So, why is there game stuff that's not a wrestling game?
Yeah.
And it took a while for me to recognize, oh, that's the Assassin's Creed logo. I thought it was like the Fire Nation from Avatar or something. I couldn't work out exactly what it was. And then I had more questions for why is Will Ospreay in Assassin's Creed? What's
Well, yes.
the link here?
Good question, yeah. Especially when you consider like the WWE superstars in Call of Duty.
Yeah.
It's super weird. MJF comes to the ring as Uncle Sam. Excalibur claims someone in the locker room stole his diamond ring, which I thought
That's a
was
shoot,
interesting.
apparently.
Yeah.
He actually
That's
did
a true
lose the ring.
story, yeah. Apparently it was at the Rev Pro show on Thursday night.
Somebody's gonna get like thousands of dollars off of it. That's pretty funny.
He tweeted something about it on the Thursday night saying, is ring good gone? And he said that the UK is a lawless country or something. And then someone replied to him and said, so I'm paraphrasing, but it was something on the lines of, that's really sad news. Really sorry to hear that. By the way, anyone want to buy a ring?
So instead of the ring, MJF would usually go for the ring spot at some point. He had this really weird looking white, well, not brass knuckles, like a knuckle duster. Like it looked like a handle from again, it's probably an IKEA wardrobe handle. There's a weird white ring that he had on his hand.
Yeah, it was something like a knuckle duster, yeah.
Which is illegal here, so maybe that's why they just found any white ring that he could put around his hand.
It was also with it was also at this point with all the America themed streamers that went off and getting caught in the light rigging.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I have some photos of the referees just trying to jump up and grab these things, basically for the rest of the night, but especially during this match.
Didn't think that through, did they?
They early on in the match, they went to the outside and were brawling around. So I thought maybe so the camera could, focus on something else while the referees were climbing up the turnbuckles and trying to pull down as much of the confetti as they could.
Yeah,
but they
partly
couldn't.
it was just caught in there. Yeah,
It was caught in there, and there must have been a fan up in the light somewhere.
Or
Because
a
they
light
kept
breeze.
going from one side to the other, like the streamers were just like spinning around,
Yeah.
rotating around, and all off to the left at one point, and then off to the right.
Yeah, partly that.
They had a load of people trying to scramble to get it.
Partly that with the Okada money confetti, and like the entire area just looked very polluted.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they also had some guys with giant brooms and a leaf blower to blow all the.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, that was. Did I get a picture of that? I'm not sure I did. But yeah, like it blew up. Okada gets to the ring, and then before the next one could come out, before Nigel could come out, they had a guy with a leaf blower inside.
And MJF blows his nose at Ospreay, with Taz calling him Snot Rocket Jones, which made me think of Will's story last week.
What was my story last week?
It was the friend that you texted whenever Taz said something about so-and-so Jones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He was the guy with me at All In.
Oh, good. Good.
We didn't hear Taz, so.
Well, okay. That would be kind of weird if you did. I think the audio would really been screwed. Both guys were hitting crazy moves that should have been more than just a 2 count. And then Ospreay takes out a camera guy and exposes his undies in the process.
That was the American guy that was sat behind us. He said that a few times. When you do a really big movie, go, that should be the finish. Why isn't that the finish?
Yeah!
Were you sat next to JR?
What the fuck you want?
They did. What was the spot that they treated like it was death for Will Ospreay? Didn't they get
The camera guy, right?
Was that the camera guy?
Yeah, I thought so, right?
What was the one where they got the doctors in? Was
The
that for
camera
him?
guy. Yeah.
That was the camera guy?
Yeah. Which by the
match
way, they
I
never
don't
got
know.
a shot, a replay from that angle.
Mm.
Whenever they have like a camera person go down, they usually have like the POV from that perspective.
That's true. Must not look very good. Maybe I was thinking of another one. Was it did they have the doctor stoppage in the Danielson in the main event?
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably what I'm thinking of. I remember someone had a neck injury and they got the doctors in for a bit. Because Will Ospreay was selling his neck quite bigly through this one.
And then ref bump, Daniel Garcia wallops MJF, and then Ospreay gets MJF in the Tiger Driver to become American champion, which...
He had a great reaction at the end when the guy came out to give him the belt. And he kind of like looked over and went, ugh! Jumped a little bit. No, I don't want that one.
Yeah, Christopher Daniels had the actual title and gave it to him.
That was
properly.
Chris. Okay. Couldn't tell it was him.
It's a bald guy. Like, come on, he's the Adam Pearce. AEW's Adam Pearce there.
Yeah, Daniel Garcia's back.
Yeah, and on Dynamite they said that he was the one that took the ring and pawned it so they could go over to Wembley.
Yeah, well, I don't believe him.
No, I don't.
And so he jumped up on the apron and he had the mask on and he got the distraction. So I thought, it's Adam Cole, awesome. I'm waiting for Adam Cole to come back. It's Daniel Garcia.
We're stuck into this angle with MJF in the mid-cards for whatever reason.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Actually, Garcia's promo on Dynamite was better than expected.
True.
It was fiery.
TBS Championship with Mercedes and Britt Baker.
So this is the one. Mercedes comes out in a little carriage that was at the side of the stage the whole night. And
Oh, by the way, here's Christopher Daniels for the record, giving him the proper championship. I forgot I got a shot of that. Also, this was another thing. During the triple threat tag, there was so much empty space outside the ring. Like, why wasn't the ring table crew like right here? I don't know. Anyway, here's the corgis. I don't know who they belong to. I don't know if they're Mercedes. But I thought that was quite adorable.
Queen owns all corgis.
See, I didn't know that.
Oh, I'm sure that's swans. Right.
Oh. Still didn't know that.
Oh, the swans and all the sturgeons.
So my notes were Mercedes shows up in a carriage full of corgis. Then shoves the
dead.
God.
She then shoves the TBS belt.
Lizzie's in a box.
Lizzie's in a box. Mercedes shoves the TBS belt in Britt's face while the CEO part of her song chant is still chanting before the music has a shot to loop over. So it was like this weird like lull period of just CEO with like no music behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Thought that was odd.
It's not a good song.
No, it's not. Mercedes working heavily on the back of Britt Baker, sidewalk slam into the top turnbuckle, double knees to the lower lumbar. Top rope body slam has an example of a few. Mercedes then goes for a top rope body slam, only for Britt to reverse the momentum, which looked pretty dope. Weird referee shenanigans happen to where Britt pulls an Eddie Guerrero to get Camille ejected from ringside. Britt eventually gets the lockjaw in very awkwardly, only for Mercedes to bite Britt's fingers. Both ladies roll around for quick pins, only for Mercedes to hit Britt with the moneymaker to retain. This match wasn't that great, but I like the fact that Mercedes was like working the back of Britt and she was actually selling the damage, if you will. So everybody but Will gets a point for this one.
That is right. Will had Britt. So I've got a couple of photos of the kind of the ring and the ringside area.
God.
What should I be showing you? Great. That is my view for the night. There was a little raised bit of handrail, which was right in my eye line, blocking where I would be looking at the stage and the ramp. I don't know if you can pull that up, but that's annoying. The ringside. Okay, yeah. So I'll show you that one. Is my view of kind of the whole kind of area. You can see the little pre-show desk there with Renee and RJ City.
They were quick putting that away. Did you notice as soon as the pay-per-view went on, they had that away straight away?
I did. In fact, I got a picture because I thought Smoot might be interested in the monitor. It's just kind of clipped on there.
Huh.
What else have I got? Oh, so that one. Let's see. Oh no, I've already got that one. No, this sucks. I can't tell which picture's which. Let's be that one. Right, and then all the pieces of table and stuff after the ladder match were in this little area off to the side. You can see in the bottom right corner there. They just put all of the junk.
Huh.
Yeah. So you're right. There's like that whole kind of empty space bit, but there's even more space just behind there, where they were putting all of the crap, just to get it out of the way.
It's crazy.
So you can see how
I
things are
thought
done.
the setup was a little bit weird. How they got like the barrier, and then people after the barrier. And then another barrier.
And then another, yeah. Someone, when we first came in, someone in my section was asking, so how'd you get down there? Are you allowed to, is that like VIP? Is that like friends and family and stuff down in that bit?
Put me in the trash section.
Oh,
No, you just have to pay thousands of pounds to get in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Oops, sorry. I'm hitting the wrong things here.
That picture. Save it to the thing, save it to desktop, and then throw it over to you. Where is it? There it is. That is MJF's entrance. You can see all the streamers hanging there.
Oh, yeah.
As they would for the rest of the night.
Yeah, they definitely didn't think that through, did they?
That's what I thought, that they're not going to be doing that next year. Won't make that mistake again.
Yeah, you can kind of see up at the top here.
Just all got caught.
Yeah.
And it's hanging there. Yeah. So,
Coffin match.
a coffin match, not a casket match, strangely.
Coffin match.
Coffin match. Mercedes wins, yeah. Darby Allin. Is there anything special about these entrances? I don't remember anything.
Darby comes out
We're
with
all a bit
thumbtacks
kind of-
glued to his face,
He did. Yeah.
Oh.
which I thought was interesting. Yeah. See.
Oh, I couldn't see that from where.
They didn't get it on the
Yeah, I
front.
think it's. No,
What's
I
the deal with,
seen it afterwards.
Yeah. Why does Darby Allin always wear that pink bathrobe everywhere? What's that all about?
He likes pink. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a bathrobe. Looks like Damien Sandow.
Yeah. So my notes were Darby comes out with thumbtacks glued to his face. Jack Perry has a goat mask. Pretty tame compared to the simple. Yeah, just a goat mask versus thumbtacks being glued. You know, it's like. Either way. Both guys wearing black, yet the coffin is white. Odd color choices here, unless there's blood, which there kind of was. Darby with an insane-looking tope into a standing closed coffin.
Yeah.
Jack, did I get a shot of that? There we go. Yeah, Jack introducing real broken glass to the ring, Crimea River.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was funny. I think we all got that reference. Poured that everywhere, and people shouting, it's real glass! It's real glass!
Darby counters a move to send Perry into the broken glass, UK chanting, "Fuck CM Punk," which is a new one to me. Darby spills onto the outside, hurting his hip. Perry breaks out of the duct tape. Duct tape? Are you serious? Really? Duct tape? How could someone stoop that low? You see.
Yeah.
Actually,
Forgot to mention Jungle Boy also, he brought a body bag down to the ring.
Yeah.
As if the coffin wasn't enough, he had a body bag too.
Yeah, he wanted to kill him. Action eventually spills up the ramp, fans chanting CM Punk once again. Perry ties up Darby's leg with Darby's own belt, and then tosses Darby off the stage. Perry with a body bag.
That was an awkward spot as well, where he started fumbling with the guy's belt.
Yeah. There was no thud with the table
that
either.
got some comments. Why is he...
there was no like thud with the table when he hurled him off the stage. It's just
gone.
Yeah. Perry with the body bag puts Darby in while bounded by tape and belt. Perry drags Darby while in a bag into the coffin. Darby with a zombie-like way to sit up. Perry clobbers him with the knee to win the match. Bucks come down with a gas can to pour petrol all over Darby in the casket, only to be interrupted by Sting, who was in the Forbidden Door 2025 graphic at the beginning of the show, in the pre-show.
So, Dynamite Dave, I don't know how true it is, it's believable, but who knows, said that the plan, or at least what Tony Khan wanted, was for Sting to wrestle right up until All In, and this would have been his last show. And Sting said, "Nah, brother, I'm done.
Who gives a
Not going
fuck?
that long."
Tony card.
It's on again, yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
I'm sorry. Sorry, Eric. But yeah, that's the story. He was supposed to be wrestling here, but he didn't want to, basically. But he did make the appearance, and he is still painting his head black.
Yeah, dude, I hate
pretend
that.
he has a hairline. Looks so bad.
Oh, yeah, this is the
It
put him
looks
in a
like
body.
he's got that like plasticky Lego hair. Who was it that used to have? Was it Abraham Washington that used to have that like
Yeah,
plasticky looking hair? Yeah.
it's put him in a body bag, AJ. One of my favorite wrestling moments there.
That's a long time.
Yeah, and then as you pointed out, yeah, like this looks so awful.
It's so bad.
I don't know why. Just go with it, bud. We all get old. It's okay.
It's fine.
Unbelievable. Oh yeah. Don't forget your mid for MJF. Pretty good sign.
Nice. So Jack Perry wins, surprisingly.
Yeah.
I don't think Turner Broadcasting, or excuse me, Warner Brothers Discovery does.
Thanks, Eric.
Thanks, Eric.
So you guys both get a point for that. Me and Beans don't. And that leaves us with just the main event. Swerve. No, Danielson came up first. Didn't need to final countdown. People were very happy with that.
Countdown. Yeah, I mean they kind of had to.
And
Career on the line.
then Swerve had some people to do a song.
Who were they? Do we know who they were? I feel like we should know them,
The
don't
guys that do the song.
Yeah,
All
I don't remember the names. But what I do remember is people who sing their own song apparently lose their match, and that's what exactly happened here after being spoiled. When I was trying to find the 0 hour link. So.
Yeah, so this was a fairly long match. Swerve at one point had Danielson so beat that they had to get the doctors in to check him out. But he carried on. He's okay. A lot of false finishes here. They did their big moves. Moves that would usually end a match. They didn't end the match.
God, yeah.
They,
Driving nuts with that.
you know how they do the 2 count, kick out, and then the shocked face spot. Everyone has to do that on every 2 count. Oh god, how did he kick out? And then Michael Cole will say, "What has he got to do?" MJF did it, but he did it in a funny way, so that's okay. And Swerve didn't do the shocked face; he did the angry face.
Yeah.
So at least that's something. I much prefer the angry face. God, why won't this guy stay down? Rather than what? That was my move. What do I do now? So happy with that. What else happened here? Danielson, he got busted, and whichever one of the kids, Birdie, I guess, wasn't happy.
Yeah, I believe it was Birdie. Yeah.
But it all worked out okay in the end. Do you have any notes for this?
Yes, JR was on the call for the main event, and he was at ringside.
What the fuck you want?
Okay, I'm sorry, JR. Jeez. Rappers, as you said, I did not catch the name, if Excalibur mentioned him or not. I did not hear it. They did the live performance of Swerve's entrance music. Swerve tried to play head games early on to no avail. Brian, I have until 5. Danielson gets an armbar into the ropes. Imagine if Brian's career ended because he didn't break in time. That would be a hell of a way to go out. Swerve gets Brian up and Danielson's foot hits the ref. Nana gets the ring bell for Swerve to dump Danielson's head into splitting him open. Swerve doing the hold the arms while stomp kicking move to Danielson in front of his family on the outside. Swerve hits Danielson with a top rope angle slam. No cover attempt while they get a shot of Danielson's daughter crying. Danielson counters a top rope stomp from Swerve into a modified label lock, only for Swerve to break out of it. Excalibur points out that Swerve is the first black pro wrestler to main event at Wembley right as Danielson hits a top rope tiger suplex on him. Which I thought that was interesting timing.
Well,
Danielson.
when you main event at Wembley, I guess.
Yeah. Danielson gets
Take the
struck.
good with the bad.
Danielson gets struck with what looked like a double-armed wrapped head-first white noise on Danielson, and that's when the refs called for medical to attend to him. Swerve chases off the staff during a full-screen replay to hit Danielson with a double foot stomp to the shoulders, a 2 count. 3 house call kicks, 2 counts.
Yeah.
Swerve kicking Danielson repeatedly. Taz saying he keeps looking at his family while he's eating those round kicks, I should say.
How many round chicks is he eating?
Yeah. Danielson dragging up on Swerve, gets a triangle choke on him. Swerve counters out, only for Danielson to hit a snapback suplex. He then hits Swerve with the knee that beat John Cena one time, for Swerve to no-sell into another house call. Danielson kicks out of some moves called Big Pressure, with Wembley going nuts. Hangman comes out and gets engulfed by security before interfering. Opens Danielson up for another Busaiku knee for a 2 count. Third Busaiku knee into a full label lock for Swerve to try to break out to no avail. Swerve taps, final countdown plays, everyone's happy.
Who gives a fuck?
Except for Eric Bischoff, apparently. No, I thought this was one of the best main events that AEW's put on, I feel. I didn't note it for some reason, but there was one point where, I guess when he was dragging up instead of hulking up, he looked over to his family and he's like, I love you so much! I love you so much! I thought that was a nice little touch.
Yeah, it was a good match. Can't think of anything better, so you're probably right.
Well, it was definitely good. It was a hell of a thing.
Yeah.
Dave gave it 5.25 stars. He also gave the MJF Ospreay match 5, so that's pretty high praise.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Doesn't give a fuck.
Thought the ladder match and the casino gauntlet were 4.5 star matches.
The ladder match was pretty bad, just because Wheeler Yuta is a champ. The casino battle royale was kind of like a wet fart, and the triple threat tag match was also kind of bad.
The one thing I didn't get was at the end of this match, when they were celebrating with Danielson in the ring.
Yeah.
And then the BCC all came out to celebrate with him. The BCC and Pac. And Pac just stood there like a spare part and didn't know where to put himself.
Yeah,
The
storytelling.
other two were celebrating with him, and he just stood there, didn't know where to look. I did point this out to someone, and I said, if they're clever enough, which they're not, which they won't, but they'll use that in a story.
Yeah.
But they won't. It'll never get mentioned again.
Maybe.
Claudio and Wheeler Yuta have a new entrance move where they kind of shimmy back and forth a little bit. I don't know what that's all about. They do 3 hops to the right, 3 hops to the left. Just go backwards and, you know.
What was that song years ago? The dance song? Cha-cha slide?
I don't think it was the full cha-cha slide. But, there was no crisscrossing.
Alright, do I have these numbers
This
right
should
for
be
the
maybe
final scores?
So, that's where we are.
Sorry. Not to interrupt.
Bryan Danielson, finally you're world champion though. And his career is not over. Not quite.
Did you hear that he said that he thinks that moment at Wembley was better than when he won the title at Mania.
I can believe that.
He said on Dynamite that was his favorite moment in his career. Yeah.
I can believe that.
I think he got asked in the press conference afterwards, and he said he thinks this was a better moment.
I think, was it him? I think it was him that said even during that, it was WrestleMania 30, it was a big deal, but the way that it was being talked about, and presumably by Vince, was that Roman was still the guy. It's like, yeah, you've won the thing, we'll do whatever we're doing while we're warming up Roman. So maybe that's what he was thinking, like, this is his moment. That other one was like, yeah, he's kind of there, he's doing a thing, but you know, it's just no one really believes in him. Here, this is like a thing, like a.
Well, that was the story. He wanted that he was, you know, the whole B+ player thing.
Yeah.
God.
And it was probably legit at the end of the day, wasn't it? Really.
Pretty
Didn't
much.
think he was the guy.
They never saw him as the guy. There was always excuses as to why he wasn't the guy. Doesn't sell as much merch as Cena does, so he can't be the guy. Well, try push him like you push Cena. Give him time like Cena's had. You know. Maybe he will. But no. Anyways, so he finally got there. We all get points for it. It's a nice moment. So that was a 12-match card, of which we only knew 10 to predict. And Smoot and Beans are in joint third with 4 points. This was the least predictable pay-per-view that we've had so far.
I would have gotten that extra point if I went with the Bucks instead of FTR.
Yeah. Well, we would have had another one if we went for Ospreay over MJF as well. But, yeah, there you go.
MJF should have
Way it
banged
goes.
Ospreay's dirty wife. I'm sorry.
And me and Will share the victory here. 6 points out of 10. So even we didn't do that well. But
Yeah.
just about enough. So overall, oh man, how many have we got all in? This is a lot of matches. Let's count these. We have 45 matches in total. Beans has 17 points out of 45. It's not. I don't think he's going to win this.
I don't think so either.
Smoot in third on 30. Will on 32. Me on 34.
All right. Just double
So
checking.
still not that much in it.
Yeah.
We have All Out in, what, 2 weeks? Or is it
I think so. Yeah, September 7th.
September 7th? Oh, so next week.
Next
2
week.
weeks from All In, but we're already a week out.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
we have 5 matches announced for that. Presumably there'll be
Like 5 more.
probably 5 more.
Yeah.
And then maybe a pre-show, who knows. Will Ospreay pack. Oh yeah, so are we going to do any Dynamite stuff? Because there's a couple of things on Dynamite.
Sure. If you want to mention Dynamite, go for it.
Yeah.
Do- thumbs up,
Well,
thumbs down, or anything like that?
I watched it only today, so I'll just throw out that along with Nigel McGuinness and Ricochet and Daniel Garcia's back, we now also have John Moxley back, and he has new music, and he didn't seem to be with the BCC anymore. Maybe he is, but he wasn't with them. He was with Marina Shafir instead, so she's back too.
Have you heard the supposed story behind what this character is supposed to be?
No, it was very confusing.
It's supposed to be from, according to Brian Alvarez, it's supposed to be some sort of Russell Crowe character from a 1992 film, Australian film, that has to do with like some guy, his character being a neo-Nazi. And it's like, this is not your country anymore.
Oh. Is that what?
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, I think it's, I saw this earlier. No, that's the Shane.
Basically a Nazi.
Which is wild.
Yeah, Romper Stomper. I heard of that film, and I've never seen it.
In the 1992 movie, actor Russell Crowe plays the leader of a neo-Nazi group in Melbourne, Australia. Crowe's character said the following line in one of these film scenes: "I'm going to tell you something. I want you to listen to me, okay? This is not your country."
See. Wait, there's no way he's doing that, though.
He is bald.
He is bald. He's very bald.
Well,
True.
must be a Nazi then if you're bald.
Huh. Okay. Interesting. I guess we'll see where that goes.
Yeah.
Um,
If it leads into Shane
Yeah.
McMahon when it's all said and done, I'm going to be upset.
Do you reckon he just got? He said this is not your company anymore. Do you think he just got his Tonys mixed up?
That'd be kind of funny. I simply said it's one less hat for Shivani to wear, as far as I'm concerned.
He'll come back next week and went, sorry, I got my Tonys mixed up. I meant the other one.
Meant Tony Storm. Yeah.
Yeah. What else from Dynamite?
What else? There was some other matches, but the main one was Ricochet's in-ring debut. He had a match with Carl Fletcher. They wrestled a bit. He won.
Didn't see that, but I've seen a lot of people say it wasn't exactly mind-blowing. It was very much...
No. He didn't do a lot of his Ricochet stuff. In fact, he didn't even hit anything from the top. His finisher was now just like an impact, it's just a move. But it was with Carl Fletcher, so I'm thinking best friends here. And sure enough, Will Ospreay comes out after the match, and there's a kind of they're gonna do the thing. And then Pac attacks Will Ospreay and says, "Nope, I've got Will Ospreay. He's mine."
That
Pac, he's a trios champion, but he also wants this international championship as well.
That movie hit on the stage. Look,
Yeah.
the Hurricane, that looked pretty nasty.
I agree. If they would have ended the show right there, that would have been awesome.
Ospreay spent
I still,
the pay-per-view selling his neck as well, so that was extra bad for him.
yeah. I also love hearing Pac call himself the bastard in that Geordie accent.
Yeah, bastard.
The bastard.
That's like Justin Roberts, his pause before he says it every time. He's a
Yeah.
bastard.
He gets that impact on the beat, doesn't he?
He really emphasizes it. He is a... yeah, so that's the thing. We've got a lot of people back all at once. New things popping.
Little things stopping.
Little things stopping, hopefully. Hopefully little things.
Apparently, he's around the corner, apparently.
Oh, that'd be great if he and Lashley can show up. And maybe the others as well,
believe.
who knows?
Yeah. Here's something I thought was great. This might be a thumbs up for later. Daniel Garcia chasing after MJF with the security in tow, and then here, watch this one guy here on the right. Whoop! He falls flat on his face on the stage tunnel there. Oh, that was pretty funny.
Highlight of the night.
So,
I heard a story. Someone who was at Wembley said MJF was struggling after the show. To the hotel or just outside the arena or somewhere that wasn't, on camera enough. So it looked like he might have had a real injury. But
well, he said he has like two.
So he's all right.
He says he has two herniated discs in his neck or whatever.
Right, that could be it. But he's booked it all out, so I guess he's okay enough. Only just come back as well. So we have Will Ospreay and Pac. We got Willow Nightingale, Chris Statlander, Swerve and Hangman are doing their thing again. Steel Cage, MJF, Daniel Garcia, and Bryan Danielson issued an open challenge for the world title, and Jack Perry answered the call.
Yeah, if Jack Perry is the one that retires Danielson, then it's Baron Corbin, Kurt Angle all over again.
I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I'll see
Put
that.
my prediction in now, ready for next week. That's not
Um,
But I quite like that card so far. I think that looks alright.
yeah.
Throw a few more in there, be good.
Bash
Oh,
in
and
Berlin.
the Grizzled Young Veterans did two backstage segments in a row where they ended with, if you see the Grizzled Young Veterans coming, grit your teeth. That's the new catchphrase. Grit your teeth.
Ugh.
Which is pretty bad.
Did Copeland give him that? Or what the hell?
Yeah. Grit.
Alright. Bash in Berlin.
Bashing
That's why I swapped the music.
Wow. Right. Bashing Berlin.
That is tomorrow.
That's tomorrow, and it's only 5 matches, so we should be able to get through this pretty quickly.
It is a 10:30 in the morning pay-per-view. I am not going to watch it live. I can tell you that right straight away.
2 weeks in a row. Yeah, early starts. We have a mixed tag, which I hate. The mixed tag rules are crap. But here we go. The Terror Twins. Actually called the Terror Twins.
Oh my God.
Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. And the Judgment Day of Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan.
The new Judgment Day.
New
Yeah,
Judgment Day. For life. I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know?
I'm going with Damien and Rhea.
For Twins.
Well, you gotta give me some information here on what's been happening.
To be honest, not a loss in SummerSlam. They obviously, Dominic turned on Rhea, and Damien and Rhea are now their own thing. The rest are called the New Judgment Day.
They're really they're going with that. Okay.
Well, they're being referred to as that. They're not actually call themselves that.
Well, they can't be the New Day. That's already a thing. The New Judgment Day.
Well,
yes,
yeah,
it is.
exactly.
That doesn't work.
Here we can print it now.
Since SummerSlam, I've only seen one segment, and that was Rhea Ripley said that she made a small dick joke about Dom. And you stabbed me in the back, but as usual, it wasn't deep enough or something.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't a problem for you until now. That's just coke. Right? Like, why are you saying?
Who gives a
Why
fuck?
are you so hurt then?
I feel like Damien should be feuding with Finn Balor, since that cost him the match at SummerSlam. Why that should be the match, not a mixed tag.
Yeah,
I mean, he could just do the same fucking shtick and help Dominic and Liv retain, I guess. I say retain like there's a goddamn championship on the line. My head and heart are saying Priest and Ripley, but I think it's gotta be.
Hey, if your head and heart are saying Priest and Ripley, then what's saying?
Well, I gotta go for the prediction game here for the points.
But not from your head or your heart.
I'm going down the list.
This comes from the lungs.
Yeah. This is coming straight from the pancreas. I'm going with Dom and Liv.
The pancreas never lies.
That's right.
You should always listen to your pancreas. I've got the Terror Twins, though. That's also what I call my kidneys. Judgment Day. You got Judgment Day. I got Terror Twins. Will's got Terror Twins. Nice. Good.
I'm going Dom and Liv here.
Yeah, that's the Judgment.
Dom.
The new
Oh, okay. The new Judgment Day for Live for Life. Dun, 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 dun,
Let's
dun.
go to the strap match between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. Drew won the singles match at SummerSlam, so I've got Punk winning this one.
That's a pretty solid choice. I think the only way McIntyre wins here is Punk's going. You have to tap the corners, right? They'll have the lights attached, and it's like you gotta touch all four. Okay.
Yeah, they forgot about that on Raw. They were talking about they were going through the card, and Corey Graves said something along the lines of he thought it was like a last man standing match, and he said you've got to, knock out your opponent as long as you can or something like that. And then they had to, when he went back later, he had to correct himself. Said, I don't know what I'm talking about, but you're going to touch the corners 4 times.
Oh no! I hate that stuff.
Yeah. You gotta think in WWE rules here. So here's what I was thinking. The only way Punk loses is he gets to corner 1, hits the corner 2, hits corner 3, and then Drew gets up, and then as CM Punk's about to hit him with the strap, Drew gets his arms up, and the strap hits the bracelet, breaking it, and then Punk freezes, and then Drew McIntyre hits him with the fucking Excalibur kick or whatever he calls it. It's been so long, so I'm sorry. I haven't watched WWE in a long ass time, but he basically does the finisher kick, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how McIntyre could possibly win. Otherwise, I'm going with Punk.
So what does that mean? Which one are you?
I'm picking Punk.
You're going with Punk. And Will?
Yeah, Punk for me as well.
3 title matches on this show, and let's start out with the women's tag. That's got the Unholy Union, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, defending against Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, who were the 2 of the big. Is it the big 3?
The big 3.
The big 3. 2 of the big 3. The big 2.
That anymore, but yeah.
Right.
They still are on Instagram, I believe.
Are they?
This is stemming from when Bianca and Jade beat the shit out of Alba Fire and Isla Dawn in a photo booth, I believe.
Yeah.
On Instagram. I think we can show this. If I can find it. That's the thing. Here we are. Okay. I don't want to play the audio just in case. But yeah, the champs are in the photo booth here, and then these two just go in and they start tussling. And the fact that they got photos of them getting beat up was kind of funny. So, anyway, that's what's making this match happen, from what I understand. Who do you got?
Me, I have the baddies. I think new champions here, Bianca and Jade.
Okay. Will?
Yeah, I'm gonna go the same, I think. Actually, no, just to be different,
Oh.
I'll go. Devil called the Unholy.
The Whiteys?
Unholy Onion.
The Unholy Onion?
Union.
Oh,
But,
Union.
Yeah, Onion.
Okay.
Onion's much funnier.
It is. I prefer it.
I'm actually thinking of that because I was wondering if maybe this is where Bianca would probably backstab Jade here. Since they're not calling themselves the Big Three. Because you have a fairly bland upper card here. I kind of want to go with the Unholy Onions, but I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I can make that commitment and be 5 points down. I'm thinking. I'll go with the big two. I'll play it safe here.
Alright. That's playing it safe. Betting against the reigning champs. Alright, we'll see. Usually I leave the WWE title to last, but because it's in Berlin, I think we'll go with Cody Rhodes, WWE champion, defending against Kevin Owens, who has he turned on his friend again?
No,
Not yet.
They're in a very weird situation here. They were teasing it last week and it didn't happen.
Okay.
They were teasing it again this week and it didn't do it.
Owens looked like he was about to clobber him with the belt, and he just handed it to him instead.
Yeah, Cole tonight on SmackDown, because it was on early when it would have been in Berlin. Cole on SmackDown said, even referenced the famous Festival of Friendship when he turned on Jericho. Said, remember what happened to the last guy that he was friends with? Which is... The teen something's gonna happen, but maybe it won't.
I see a mistake here, by the way, Will.
Uh-oh.
Oh God, what have I done?
Oh.
Moving.
Cody Rhodes.
Couldn't even knows.
Well, just blame the font.
Yeah.
It's not worse
The
than that
font's
August
quite
font.
similar. So.
In this
Cody
font,
Rhodes.
the D's and the O's are backwards.
What's his new name now? Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes.
Anyway,
What have you guys got then?
I'm picking Cody.
You're going with Cody. I'm gonna agree.
Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes. And Will?
Yeah, Cody Rhodes.
Cody all round. Cool. And then I think we're going to be doing the same here. Main event, World Heavyweight Championship. The winner goes to Raw, I guess. So Randy Orton is challenging. He's on SmackDown, but if he wins, Raw needs a champion, so they switch brands.
Right.
I don't think it's going to be a problem. I've got Gunther retaining in his not home country, but where he spent the first chunk of his career.
I'm right there with you, Gunther.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see Orton get another title, but I don't think that's going to be it. He made a good little. Was it Raw or SmackDown? We cut one of them last week. They started doing this thing now where they all sing his song on the way to the ring.
Right. Yeah.
And he said, "I love it when you do that." He said, "I never liked that song, but I've started to like it recently." And
He
said,
didn't like it? Huh.
Well, apparently, yeah, I've heard that before. He doesn't like it. It's not the type of music he's into.
Wow.
But obviously you have to stick with it. And then he said something about, when you guys start singing it, it really makes you, feel more than it is. And he just looked at the camera and he went, "It only took you 15 years."
Some of these off to Beans here. Saturday night / morning.
Watching it on tonight on the kickoff show. They were really going for the singing outside. So I imagine it'll be the same tomorrow when they're inside. Seems like a rowdy bunch.
Okay.
European crowds, isn't it? We're the best.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I've just seen a thing which I can't quite believe is true, but it is moving on from the predictions though. So, if there's anything else to say about the old Bash here, then
No, that's it.
no. All right.
No, I think that's it.
Well,
What do you got?
WWE is moving to Netflix, right?
Yeah, that's happening soon. It's like right around the
Check
corner.
that
January.
tweet out. Look what
January.
Netflix are doing.
Oh,
I've
the
seen
Vince
this yesterday,
McMahon
but-
doc.
Yeah,
Ah,
this is the this has been much awaited, hasn't it? Because they said this was being made years ago.
Yeah.
And there was some
if it was
talk it
being
might
made-
not.
if it was being made years ago, which I believe, it wouldn't have had some of the recent findings in it.
Well, no, this was it because it was being made, and then apparently they put it on hold when everything kicked off.
There's a lot more to add here.
And then, then there was a story that it might not ever see the light of day because
Yeah.
the whole Netflix deal kicked in, and then they thought WWE might sort of,
I may,
lock
have,
it away type thing.
I may have to tune in to watch this. It's from.
I see a problem with that poster too. I don't know if you guys have noticed.
Let's see. From executive producer Bill Simmons and Chris Smith, executive producer of Tiger King.
Oh, that's fine.
Mastermind Madman.
Well, I do take issue with Mastermind, but not that. No.
A Netflix documentary series, Mr. McMahon. Only on Netflix,
Not that.
September 25th.
No, you've read it, right? That's fine.
Huh?
But no, it's not. It's not in the words.
It's very red.
It is very red.
There's only
Makes him
two.
look
There's
very
only two
evil.
posts. There's only two ring posts here.
You're right there.
Excuse me.
You're right there, but no, not that.
Alright,
You're so close. So close.
Let's see. Let me zoom in. Actually, can I? Hold on. Let me do this. Let me open.
You got like, oh, he hasn't got any. He's only got no.
He's only got
Hands
one.
are okay.
I thought he only had 4 fingers then.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
AI
no,
fingers.
Between the two of you, you're basically there. No, the ring has 4 ropes.
I told you, it's a boxing ring, isn't it?
Oh wait, are
boxing
they doing
ring.
like a weird perspective thing? Maybe.
Well, I thought so, but there's 4 turnbuckles on the outside ones. So even if that's the deal, it's still got 4 on one post. So
Yeah, it is
No.
a boxing ring. Huh?
it's a boxing ring.
Yeah, they should fix that.
I
actually.
did see a really good Photoshop of that poster today, which I'm just trying to find now because it will make you laugh.
I might
You'll have
make
to talk
that
among yourselves for a moment.
I almost want to make that my Skype image there, but maybe untimely. You said you were looking for something? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find this picture I've seen today, but I don't think it's going to load for me.
Absolute cinema. Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
might have to tune into that.
it'll be
somehow.
interesting to see what, because apparently they say they've added more since it all blew up. So
Okay.
It could be an interesting one.
Yeah,
I
for
will
sure.
be checking that out.
We've been going for about almost 2 hours, 15 minutes. Let's get to the thumbs and then we can get out of here.
Let's do some thumbs.
Yeah. That's not what I wanted. I don't know why I did that. I'm playing Windows. Right, here we are. Where is the... There we go. So we already had a couple. The unnecessary fake outs, the storytelling being the drizzling shits. When we're going over the AEW All-In stuff.
I was going to go with pretty much what you were saying. The storytelling is not what it was.
Yeah, it's...
I had less interest in this one than I had last year. Last year it felt like we were going to a big event. This time it was... I mean, it's not a bad show. We enjoyed it for what it was, but there was something missing. Some of the bigger names went there, and what was there? What they did last year with MJF and Adam Cole was fun, and this time it wasn't fun. You know, some great wrestling in there, sure, but yeah, you're right. Storylines went there, but I will do a thumbs up for the how would you say it? The kind of the boost that the roster has had as of All In and this latest week. New talent on the AEW roster, the freshened up AEW roster, something like that, with Moxley in and Ricochet in, and maybe Nigel McGuinness in. We've got a whole load of new champions, new stuff to maybe change the direction a little bit. So let's be hopeful and optimistic.
Yeah, go on with most of that.
The one with the security guy that fell flat on his face on Dynamite. That was pretty funny.
On the thumbs down, then I'm going to go slightly against. I agree with what you're saying, Chuck, but there's also the fact that how can you put it? The momentum AEW had after last year's All In.
Yeah.
It just seems to have disappeared. There's just nothing. There's nothing jumping out at me right now that would say, "Oh, that's really good." Though.
No, I completely agree.
So it needs something. I don't know what that something is, but it needs something.
Is that what you meant? Is that what you said? Nothing after All In keeping your attention?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Also for thumbs up, I mentioned this last week on Twitter. Ronda Rousey no longer a Sandy Hook denier.
That wasn't bad. As celebrity apologies go, she did all right there.
Yeah, that AMA. Everybody was like, "Hey, what about Sandy Hook?" You know, and bringing it up and throwing it in her face, and she kind of was just pigeonholed into making some sort of statement on it, and she realized that, you know, well, I saw stuff. I apologize. It was, you know, in poor taste. Yada yada. So. Yeah, I think it's a thumbs up for me. I mean, we've ridiculed her. I've ridiculed her on the show quite a lot.
Oh yeah.
During her WWE stint. So.
Yeah, once or twice you mentioned something.
Yeah.
In past.
So. Do you have a thumbs up, Will? Sorry.
First thumbs up's got to be overall All In. Yeah, I know I said there's not much going out of it, but the actual event was quite cool. Probably slightly biased because I was there, but
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
You can be at a show and hate it.
Well, that's what I mean. I think if I've not watched it, I probably won't because I've seen it. But I think if I watched it live at home, I don't think I'd have been as into it as I was being there.
Yeah. I mean, that's like any event.
Sure.
Anything else?
Yeah, thumbs down for London. London's a shell.
Okay.
I'll give a thumbs up to British Airways. They're pretty good.
Why's it got to be London? You've done London twice now. do Forbidden Door in, I don't know, Birmingham
Liverpool.
or somewhere else.
Liverpool.
Liverpool would be fine. I mean, it's a little further away than London, but at least it's not London.
Oh man.
Do you have a like a clean air zone charge in Liverpool now? Presumably you do.
No, we don't actually. We've
No?
escaped that for now.
I think Manchester does. So
Yeah. Well,
you might be the last big city that's not done that yet.
apparently, they're. I doubt it'll ever happen, but apparently, FSG, who own Liverpool, they are looking for other events for next year, for concerts and things like that. So, yeah, never know. UFC is getting quite heavily rumoured because there's the guy from Liverpool, isn't there, who's doing pretty well.
Paddy
Him,
Pimblett.
yeah. So apparently that's getting talked about because he's a Liverpool fan and he wants to fight at Anfield. But you know, if UFC, it's all TKO now. UFC do well.
True.
Come back next year for WrestleMania. I think I am wishing on a star there.
Yeah. Never know. But no, I think that's it for me. That's
Okay.
all the thumbs I've got.
Yeah, I really don't have anything else. I thought I made a tweet from Dynamite when we were discussing about it when Moxley was backstage with Marina. Because like the last time Marina Shafir was on Dynamite, I think she was going against like Thunder Rosa or something like that, and they just she wasn't that great in the ring, and I don't know. I'm willing to give this a shot, but I apparently was getting like comments. Somebody must have like really retweeted this because it brought like a bunch of attention. Everybody was like, "Yo, Moxley sucks. Why are you a fan of him? Marina's not that good." It's like,
Well, that bit's true. Marina's not that good.
yeah, that I'll agree with.
But-
Yeah,
She can be there and look intimidating. That's fine.
yeah. But Moxley not being a badass, like, come on, dude had like pasta coming out of his head one time.
That's true. He did. That was last year.
Yeah, like there's gotta be some sort of toughness there, in my opinion. And somebody like compared him to like Mick Foley, and I was like, that's kind of that's in the ballpark. That's a ballpark take. Yeah,
Speaking of
everybody was
McFoley,
like-
I don't quite know what the full story is, but apparently they're doing a Dark Side of the Ring on McFoley.
Really?
I
Yeah.
think it's probably gonna be like dark, as in like this guy sacrificed a lot for his career, and
Yeah, it could be that way, couldn't it? Yeah.
didn't necessarily got like the storybook ending. Maybe.
Yeah, true.
It might be in that regard. I don't think it's like scandalous.
Nothing really yeah, exactly.
Scandalous rumors.
One of the more clean living, like nice, friendly guys. He's
Frank the
sad
Clown
now.
is dating his daughter. Anyway.
I just dress up as Father Christmas a lot,
Yeah.
Yeah. How dark can he be?
Yeah, so I'm kind of I can't wait to see it because I'm sure they're running out of topics for Dark Side of the Ring. Also, no, bring the thumbs back. Hold on, thumbs down, thumbs down to WWE for a sec. WWE not inducting folks that clearly should be in the Hall of Fame while they're alive.
Ha!
With the recent passing of Psycho Sid. I did not know he was battling cancer. But he
Yeah,
absolutely
that's
should have been a Hall of Famer when he was still alive, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm going on with that.
Dude fucking, obliterated his leg coming off the top rope on Nitro, and... I mean, that essentially costed him his career, but, that should... that injury is probably one of the gruesome-looking injuries in pro wrestling ever, and he should be in the Hall of Fame just for that alone, in my opinion.
Don't know if I could condone putting someone in the Hall of Fame for breaking their leg, but you're right. I mean, it's a legendary spot. Everyone's seen that spot.
What about having half of a brain?
And having half of a brain, that's pretty big too.
What about telling JR that you should have like a second chance to do it again, but he's like, "We're live, pal."
What the fuck you want?
I mean, that's pretty great too. And he was pretty over in his day for a little while there. He's never the best in the ring, but he had an aura, he had a presence that,
yeah,
can't teach that.
No.
So he definitely had something, and he's probably undervalued by the wrestling fan of the last 20 years. Like we are. The IWC, I think, would probably give.
I think one of his last matches in WWE was going against Heath Slater.
Well,
I remember, yeah.
Yeah. He was pretty good. Like, he wasn't that bad. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. They need to like get on the ball to put people in the Hall of Fame while they're still alive, while you still have a chance, rather than waiting until it's too late. That's just I don't know. That irks me, because like that was something that was very profound under the Vince McMahon umbrella, and you'd think that would change with the Triple H running things, but apparently not. So anyway,
well, give him benefit of the doubt, I suppose. You never know when someone's going to die.
True.
Especially if they die young, like this one. Maybe he was in the running for next year. Who knows?
I'm just saying, you would think after Warrior they would learn. Like, maybe we should,
but which one? Which one do you do? Like, presumably they didn't know that Sid was dying, back in WrestleMania time.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that he was battling cancer.
If they did put Sid in this year and then he died, and then I don't know, they put Warrior in and then he died, and then
yeah.
Wow, this is weird. There's a Hall of Fame curse going on here. It's unfortunate. There's too many.
Yeah,
too many young deaths in wrestling as well. That's
we'll be back next week. Thank you for tuning in. This is a beefy one, 2.5 hours. Yeah, next week is going to be the Bash in Berlin results, and then All Out, another combo for you.
Bit of shame night, won't it? Yeah?
Jesus. Alrighty, so it might be another jam-packed ep for you. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll tune in. We'll see you next week. Hopefully, you'll tune in. Have a great weekend. And is it going to be a Friday show as well next week?
I think it'll be okay because it will be on US time, won't we? So it'll be.
Hold on. When All Out.
If we do it maybe a little bit earlier on the Saturday, we should be okay.
It will take place on. Okay, so we would be on shortly before.
Saturday.
Yeah, it's on a Saturday.
We'll work it out. It'll be alright.
Hey, we do it a little bit earlier than we normally do. We should be okay.
Okay. All right.
Unless you want to do Friday, it's up to you.
I don't mind either way. Eric, what do you think?
Me neither.
Who gives a fuck?
Okay.
I don't think Turner Broadcasting, Warner Brothers Discovery does.
We're not affiliated with them.
We're not, no.
Come on. Cut some slack. We'll see you next week, everybody. Have a great weekend. Take care. Good night.